Hey folks, welcome back to Drunk People.
Tequila sunset.
Alright, in case you interrupt again,
Tequila sunset.
that is not who I clicked. Maybe it is.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap, very cheap. I got Pilsner, great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. Also I have speed, and by speed I mean amphetamine.
We'll talk about it a little bit some other time. In the civilized world, it's accustomed to tip the shopkeep, friend, but come back anyway. He weighs you off.
Tequila sunset.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff? What's up with the tracksuit? What? You never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on, man. Feel that primo material. The man extends his arm. You really shouldn't touch it. I'll admire it from afar, thanks. That might be the right idea. This here is one of the last of its kind. It belongs in a museum, honestly. Can't get it anymore. It was too primo even for grad. By primo, he means possibly carcinogenic. Lycra was a synthetic fabric developed by manufacturers in the middle 40s, notable mainly for the swishy sound it makes as the wearer passes by. It's also known to become extremely itchy if not properly cared for. Well, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it. That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosemary. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them anytime. I'm gonna take this red check. I don't think I've ever done it before. Interfacing, right? Interfacing. Ooh. Oh, this windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso into a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, fire cannot harm them. And heart. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning. Item not actually fireproof. Pain threshold, element proof. 1 half-life, always hot. -1 drama. Sweat like a pig. You know what? I almost have all the fall gear, don't I? Gloves. Windbreaker? Is there a shirt? I don't remember. Alright. This is a silly place. Let us not go there. Oh, right. Interfacing. For interfacing, we'll take those. I don't think anything else but gloves gives interfacing. Can't think of any reason that they would, but you know how it is. I can't think of a reason a jacket. I can't. Maybe I can think of how itchy pants would make me more violent. All right.
Tequila sunset.
All right. That's not a good sign. Oh, we succeeded. Oh, good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing 2 jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found Lycra to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers, so you also have that to look forward to. And then there's the smell, but you don't even want to think about that. Oh, why did we do it? What about the other drunks? My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics. They're exactly what they look like. Hey, Tequila, you want to buy some speed? Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember? I thought he was a cool cop. And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So that's basically us. We drink together. Alright. Have you got more stories? I do, but as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low, if you catch my drift. He spins the bottle in his hand. Not a single drop of liquid remains. I don't have it. Don't do it now. Then I can't keep on telling the stories. Shit, Abigail. Please don't call her.
The legend returns. You know the dance, smokable smokes, pissable pilsner. Drink it, then convert it to piss. And there's spirits and speed too.
Amphetamine? Ah, by amphetamine I mean speed. I thought by speed you meant amphetamine. Yeah, that's what I said. I got it. I think you didn't hear me when I said I'm a police officer. Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. I mean amphetamine. I got both. Quite the business venture you've set up here. Oh, yeah. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard. What do you mean? You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise. Sold 2 to the fellows around here and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed, and look at me now. I got everybody on my hook. He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile. The hook. Where is it? I can't see it. It looks like you're on your own hook, too. Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know? What it's always been. People, buddy boy, it's the people. He has long forgotten what you were talking about. Why does a bottle of spirits cost 300 real? See, friend, he brings out a 1-liter bottle with a bluish liquid. The mouth is corked shut. It's real valuable, worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. Just let him talk. You know, it's funny, actually. And he takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently. He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze. What's funny? What? Keep him talking. What do you mean, what? What did you think was funny earlier? This guy. Oh, this guy. Where'd you get the bottle of spirits from? This is medicinal spirits, the good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of them scientific ampules a few months ago. Torpedo, they called it. Supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. He spits a nasty yellow clot onto the ground before you. Didn't stop me for shit, that's sure. 5 lemons with a half a pack of butter and you're good to go. That's a good tip. No, that sounds dangerous. It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of hell. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those assholes. Those assholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing, but I came out on top after all. I want to say this sarcastically. I don't want to actually mean it, and I have no idea how it's going to come out of this mouth. Have they no shame taking money for a service they provide? But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. Really? Oh my god. I know what doctors use to preserve dead things. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real if you want it. Easy. Nope, don't say it. Don't say it. Let's do the dumb thing. Let's smell it. Here. Be careful, it's extremely flammable. One spark and the entire city of Revachol is wiped off the map. Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside your nose, then drenched it in tear gas. Your nose is a singular source of pain. But at the same time, you don't remember the last time you felt so alive. In all fairness, that might be attributed to the retrograde amnesia. So what's the deal, friend? You want the spirits or not? Yeah, I think it'll prove useful. 3 real and it's yours. The deal of a lifetime. Well done. You got it. That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now. Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend. Son, you will not kill yourself with this. Not today. So we're going to store this as a sellable item and not a drinkable one. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit, maybe. That is a cheaper rate for smokes than Frit charges. I'm okay with that. Is that cheaper? I think so too. I don't know. And that is a source. All right, I'm out. I don't need those on anymore. Yeah, sure. Oh, hey. Postcard, Caron, 33. This one has hell written on its back. It could not be further from the truth. It's the boom years, and Caron, the nicest district in Revachol West, is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise from the riverside, steel, iron, and yellow limestone with cloud shadows sliding on the facades. Blue medicinal spirit. Ooh, 8. The liquid has an unearthly blue tint. The kind that might or might not, but definitely does glow in the dark. This is 98.7 pure alcohol. Keep it away from an open flame. Okay. Hey, wait. What are you? Excellent. All right, so I think it might be time to go back to the boardwalk, folks. I'm going to pretend that the textures aren't just atrociously popping. What's going on over here? Hey, no, rewind. I did go change that between videos. There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth. What's in there? Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer? Kim, what's down there? No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. Think we might find Ruby down there? We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinet that's mostly collapsed. Our Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. He puts his glasses back on. In conclusion, she could be under any building, but not in there? I hope not. Let's not yell into it. Oh. A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone unless you're out of change. Alright, I'm ready for this. Pick up the handset. You hear the tone. The machine is operable. Put in 10 cents. Dial a number. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up. Pierre? Is that you, Pierre? The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. No, this is not Pierre. Do you have any news about Pierre? Who is Pierre? He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country. The woman moans and the phone lines howl in unison with her. Yeah, I'm a salesman. What exactly did we do to your country? You ruined it and you sold it to foreigners. You don't own anything if everything is for sale. Give it a thought. Goodbye. All right. Calling. Still calling. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up. Hello, Gerard speaking. Sorry, wrong number. Don't worry about it, buddy. Happens to all of us. Have a nice day now. Disconnect. Calling. Still calling. Stop calling me, man! Someone picks up. The voice on the other end is slightly hysterical. I'll get you your money tonight, all right? All right? I just need till tonight. Let me work. I think this Harry, if Kim wasn't over his shoulder, would absolutely try this. But you seem to be in some sort of trouble, my man. Maybe I can help you. The phone gets hung up fast as lightning. All you hear is a little shuffle of nylon as the hand moves on the other end. Disconnect. A single lets you know the lieutenant is ready to move on now. I'm tired. A man answers, fast this time. His voice is hoarse from cigarettes. You hear typing in the background. Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while. What are you tired of? Writing. I hate writing so much, but I have to get back to it. The man disappears with a sigh. You don't hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it didn't have time to swallow the coin. This happens sometimes. Uh-oh. Lucky you, the call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying. I'm gonna have another drink. You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial and pull down on the number. Then move up one up and repeat the motion twice. Strange, this is not how you started before. Wait, what did I just do? You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. It is another destination, on another isola, some far-off nation-state. 005 is the Revachol zone of control. 001 is Grad on the Gradian isola, where the telephone was invented. The next two digits you dial are the area code for the city of Morova. Keep dialing. 41, 44, 47. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. 11, 17, 361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the bell rotates back with a little ring of metal like a bell tolling. There's more? Yes. 451, 67, 451. You're going deeper now, into some unknown place. Far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. Finish it. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your ear fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there. No, not like the local calling tone before. It's a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away, a distant network of phones. Calling. Calling in the night. Pitiful and terrifying, you feel your pulse rise with each ring. Calling still. Ringing by the bedside of a dark but capacious apartment with long windows. You know this to be true. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. Long windows, how do I know that? You just do. And you know it is going to hurt. Kim? The lieutenant is too far to hear your yelp. The sea wind blows. You can't hang up. Some strange force is keeping the headset glued to your hand, your ear listening to the ring in the speaker. Calling. 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 Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small, the dearest thing you've ever heard. She sounds sleepy. Hello. She hums, her voice warm from sleep.
Who is this?
Subtext tells us the answer to this. And our Harry is losing his shit right now. I want to die.
What?
It takes her a second to realize what you said. I don't know why I said that.
No. Is that you?
Her voice sounds like she's waking up now, still plaintive, tiring. Your voice is so beautiful. I want to say I'm sorry, but it's not an option.
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
Who is this?
Dora. Who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you. To make it possible to live. And fight. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing. I trust you, Volition. It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise. Goodbye. A sigh. She heard you, but she does not hang up. And neither do you. You can't. That's it. You're caught in a trap. It'll take quite a while for the shit circus to end now. All right, let's say the dumb thing.
You're not a high net worth individual, Harry. You're drunk.
I'm not right now, actually. You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out. I'm not drunk or high, okay? I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you?
Oh, God.
There's silence. It's heavy as tin. The white noise howls. Hey.
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here.
Sounds like she's looking for a clock on the nightstand.
It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
Where are you going in 2 hours?
To work.
Say nothing. The connection crackles like burning paper. What are you doing to yourself right now? Catastrophic damage. You need to stop, Harry. You'll die. You're in Morova, right?
Yes, I'm in Morova. Sleeping.
Who am I?
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
Oh, this is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain. It's not a heart attack if it's our right arm, right? Just hang up if it lets us. Your hand isn't moving. The headset hisses in your ear with evil sadness. I'm a detective. I'm the law. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man. She doesn't answer anymore. I'm gonna solve it.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. That animation. Huh. The machine ran out of money. Run. To the church. Home. Anywhere but here. Anything but call her again. What happens if we do? You dial the number again. 26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring. Small, distorted, calling. Put it down. Before it's too late, please. Okay. The handset lands into the cradle with a crank. Is there anything you'd like to talk about, detective? Emphatically, no. Let's just see what this place is like when we're not having a gun waved at us. Harry, I don't entirely understand what just happened, but it seems important to you. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Moonshine, probably. It smells like tasty fermentation. I know, Kim, and I appreciate that you care, but I can't do it right now. I can't. That smell. That's awful and familiar. Hold on, that is awful. It doesn't help, you can still smell it. Isn't it just the rotting fish? Nope, the camera angle is pretty obvious here. Don't be naive. Oh no. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness? Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be. That was a great cameo. I've really got to change that battery. Heads up, Lieutenant, something's not right here. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. Careful. These floorboards look rotten and weak. Alright. Careful. Steady on now. What's this first? This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. A working-class corpse. I'm enjoying the occasional sounds off in the background. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body is slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2 weeks old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Hold on. The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. Study his clothes. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. Yep, a cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue. Oh no, this sounds terribly familiar. Search his pockets. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card, folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done. Study the surroundings. There is some dried blood on the metal bench right where his head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. All right, look at his head. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Hard to say. Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Step on the floorboards, but lightly. They screech under your feet, ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break, but it definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. How about the bottle? A 0.75 liter Tolula vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. A little bit of mint. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time. There, all around us. He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag. I'd prefer if you didn't collect him this time. It's not proper. True. It feels disrespectful. How about the chewing gum wrapper? Rubowski Spearmint Chewing Gum. Green leaves on the wrapper. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. Look in. The blackness of death, stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there, solidified on those lower rear teeth. He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same. Detective? I have only worked with you for a short time, but I don't want this man to become you. Thank you, Kim. I think. Maybe I do have some problems. Study the man. The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. Or tangling, I guess both work. You'd have to be quite inebriated to fall this bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits? Or maybe it was just dark. Look at his face. His expression is dull like the sea behind him, drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170, 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well. Why? From the brand? From some sort of heuristics that I'm not aware of in this world? What do you think happened here? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for the bench, he'd be alive. You think he was drunk? Oh, yes. What about alcohol dumb? Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What about the kebab? What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the folx. Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab. Sometimes it's not Chekhov's kebab. What should we do about this broken boardwalk? They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. He smiles sourly. Right? It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still the question of identifying the body. Yeah, who is this? Looks like one of the locals. You'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. He looks south the way you came. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is. Yeah, it's the working class woman's missing husband. The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? He looks at the bundle of flesh and rags on the ground. The leather jacket matches her description perfectly. The bright blue lining? He nods and points at the wedding ring on the man's left hand. Well, he's definitely someone's husband. Also, he has a library card. We talked about returning a book. I can't see a book. So he took the book to the library, then came back and thought, I'll have one. I'll have one drink before I get home. Just one drink. I have my cool jacket on. I took the book to the library. I earned it. The view from the lookout is beautiful. Damn it, he's definitely someone's husband. He points again to the golden ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and pale. What do we do with him? From where I stand, I see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. We don't need a field autopsy. I guess it's kind of obvious, but a field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal. And this looks like simple accident to me. Yeah, me too. I say we should write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better. Isn't that kind of sloppy? Maybe. But we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys in processing will take care of the rest. We found him. We should finish it. Alright? We should first examine that library card you found. Then we can call the station from Mykonima. Let them know that we are taking the case. I can do that. Folded library card. A library card found from a pocket of the dead man on the Martinet boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of the Jamrock Public Library. The library card is folded into two, and all those things I just said, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. That I presume, gender norms are maybe a little more hard-coded in this game than they are in our current real world, and so I'm going to say that is the female spelling of Billy. But then again, cultures and peoples are not the same, so between this world and ours. So I'm not 100% on that. Billy is a unisex name. Could it be the deceased or a family member? See, this was the discussion I just went through. Look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader, maybe like someone you'd meet at a bookstore. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller, Stand a Little Less Between Me and the Sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Tebow. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers, too. Look at the back. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial psh or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 9:0900 to 1800. Good. We should give them a call from Mykonima, see if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean. Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by. Alright, well, we've already established we're not taking his bottles. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and an empty can of black potent porter. Ooh, I could use a good porter. Is all you find. Nope, there is more in there. Livis, strawberry liquor, plus some other Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic. A tragedy. The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. What about the cigarettes? Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content. Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You are responsible. How about the kebab wrapper? You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. Wow, really? The wrapper inside reads Shish Kebab Ravachot. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. All right, Kim. We're never going to get any further on this coast. You know, the more I do things that actually matter, I'm not sure that I mind. I'm glad. It means we're doing something right, I think. I don't know if I'm ready to have this conversation. Also, and you know, this Harry has no reason to believe anything about that person. And that's too bad. Okay. Gotta head back to Kim's car. What else? What else indeed? Well, there's still that church. Oh, really? I should have remembered that was there. Alright, so we've got the church. We've got whatever this is. Alright, I guess it's church time. That's that. That's that. Things yet to figure out. And by things, I mostly mean, what the heck am I doing next? It's probably no surprise, but because of how I've attempted to play this game in the past and how I've learned about it, I'm much more familiar with things on the main part of the game world, as it were, before the waterlock. Over here, I'm a lot less certain of myself. And I think it shows. Yeah, maybe it's time to do this. But what's not maybe is that it's time for another episode. I'll see you then, folks. Thanks for coming along.